Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, I am bringing you a bunch of assorted news. But ladies and gentlemen, today we are looking at video game news. Now, don't panic. I still do TCG stuff. I do 1 or 2 TCG videos every day. Please don't panic. But you guys know by now I like the video game. You guys know by now that I want to bring you news about the video game. I told you when Mars Shadow was released, and to be honest, even though this is video game stuff, a lot of it will have relevance for the trading card game moving forward. So first of all, we have some news about the Dusk form LYCANROC'S. This is the new form coming in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and now we know how to get it. First of all, it can only evolve from a ROCKRUFF with the ability Own Tempo. This is an ability that means it is not possible to confuse this Pokemon. Gonna be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, confusion does not seem like a big part of the Pokemon VGC 2017 metagame. Maybe it will be at some point going forward, and maybe at that point Own Tempo will be great, but until then, certainly the reaction I've seen from a lot of players online is, you know what, why do we really want this ability? But that's alright, because you also can only get a ROCKRUFF with Own Tempo from a special online distribution to coincide with the new games, so it's not going to be terribly easy to get Dusk form LYCANROC'S. Want a bit more annoyance in terms of getting Dusk form LYCANROC'S? How about the fact that you've got to level up into LYCANROC'S, which happens starting at level 25, and that this must be done between 5 PM and 5:59 PM. You have 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen, to evolve up your LYCANROC'S. Otherwise, you will not get the Dusk form. Now, a couple of people have pointed out that in other languages, Dusk form is actually translated more like Twilight form, and that Twilight form implies that this should happen in the morning and in the evening. So there should be kind of a 5 AM to 5:59 AM window. That's not what's happening. It very much seems to be that LYCANROC'S Dusk form is very much a Dusk Pokemon. And I know some people are saying, well, doesn't this seem like a terribly specific way to have to evolve your Pokemon? On the one hand, yes, it does. On the other hand, it's a Dusk form. Surely we all should have known that you would have to evolve it at dusk. As for the whole must need to know Own Tempo, I don't know, maybe if it doesn't, it'll get confused, not know what kind of LYCANROC'S it is. One thing we are not confused about, however, is LYCANROC'S new Z move and how we get it. I say that, we have some information, not all the information. The Japanese name is Radical Edge Storm, and according to Bulbapedia, the English name is called Splintered Storm Shards, which is quite a good name. Now, in order to have this, you must of course have the LYCANROC'S Z Crystal. Now, in Japan, the Z Crystals are actually just named with the Pokemon with a Z on the end. So in Japan, the name is LYCANROC'S Z, but it was always going to be Lyceum Z, Lycanium Z, Lycanrocium Z, I don't know. It's going to be something like that when it gets translated into English. The other thing is, of course, that LYCANROC'S must know the move Stone Edge, because this is a superpowered version of the Moon Stone Edge. And nobody seems to know quite how much damage this does. That information does not seem to have been released, but it does cancel all terrains. It gets rid of all terrains. This is really good, because at the moment, the Guardians, the Tapus, are running around everywhere in the competitive video game scene, and they all bring their terrains with them when they come into battle. Tapu Bulu brings his grassy terrain, Tapu Fini brings misty terrain, Tapu Lele brings psychic terrain, and Tapu Koko brings electric terrain. And you do see in some games we have a little bit of a terrain battle, so it does make sense that we would have a LYCANROC'S here that can come in, use his Z move to clear terrains. Now, of course, if you clear a terrain, your opponent can always just with-call their Pokemon and then send it back out again, get that terrain back, okay, fine, but you're still forcing them to do that. Obviously, as with all of these things, it really is going to come down to how much damage it actually does. And of course, I should mention that this is a rock-type move, which means it will get the same type attack bonus, where it does 1.5 times as much damage when used by the rock form LYCANROC'S. And, you know, rock's not a terrible typing to have. You can hit weakness against stuff like Araquanid, Arcanine, Marowak, Gyarados, so Not too bad. Don't know whether it's going to be good enough to put Lycanroc really in the centre of the competitive scene. Lycanroc has not been at the centre of the competitive scene up to now. I'm not entirely sure that Splintered Storm Shards is going to be good enough. But you know, one can dream, ladies and gentlemen. One can dream. Now, CoroCoro magazine over in Japan has also revealed the names of the two mascots for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We have Necrozma, Mane of Dusk, which is where Necrozma has absorbed Solgaleo, and I do like the phrasing, they didn't merge. Necrozma absorbed him, and he can use Sunsteel Strike, which is the signature move of Solgaleo. And then we've got Necrozma Wings of Dawn that can use Moongeist Beam and has absorbed Lunala. Nope, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, not merged with, absorbed. I'm still holding out hope that they're called Ultra Solgaleo and Ultra Lunala, because that's been my prediction for a little while now. But this news from CoroCoro magazine does seem to imply that I might in fact be wrong. And in the latest Nintendo Direct, we were told, it was confirmed, that we are going to be getting some new Ultra Beasts in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. If you want to get Ultra Beast Burst, it will only appear in Pokemon Ultra Sun, whereas Ultra Beast Assembly will only appear in Ultra Moon. And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, of course I have pre-ordered both of them. As a little bit of a side note, the Nintendo store in the UK has got a really cool pack of both of them at the moment that comes in like a gold steel book, so that's pretty sweet. The only real downside is that when you pre-order in the UK, you get an exclusive little figure of Litten, Poplio or Rowlet, and if you pre-order them separately, you get two of these figures, whereas if you pre-ordered a double pack, you only get one. Also, if you pre-order them separately, you can get the steel books that match the ones I got for Sun and Moon, because clearly I bought both of them as well. Unfortunately, the gold one doesn't quite match the other two, but look how beautiful it is. Now, we have no information whatsoever on these new Ultra Beasts, but what I can tell you is that I would be stunned if Ultra Beast Assembly was at least not part rock type, because come on, ladies and gentlemen, clearly it's part rock type. And Ultra Beast Burst, again, I can't tell you much about it, but it doesn't half look like a fairy type to me. So I'm putting my flag in the ground that Ultra Beast Assembly is going to be part rock type or all rock type, and Ultra Beast Burst is going to be at least partly fairy type. Celebi is soon going to be available for players who want to be running around with Celebi. All you need to do is buy Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, and you can get yourselves a code to obtain Celebi. It can be redeemed in Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon until the 31st of October, although this does not allow you to get Celebi in Pokemon Gold and Silver. The Celebi is level 30 and knows the moves Heal Bell, Safeguard, Ancient Power, and Future Sight. We also had it confirmed that there will be a special new Nintendo 2DS XL being released to celebrate all things Pokemon, and look at it, ladies and gentlemen, look at it. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? It's just a little bit of a shame that I already have a Nintendo 3DS. I don't need a 2DS, I certainly don't need a full-size one, but oh my goodness, look how beautiful it is. It's going to be released on the 3rd of November in North America, the 4th of November in Australia and New Zealand, and the 17th of November in Europe, Japan and South Korea. There is also going to be a potentially even more gorgeous Pikachu edition of the Nintendo 2DS XL, currently only confirmed for release in Japan on November the 17th. Well, of course it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a little bit sad. And just to finish with a little bit of confirmation of exactly how you get that ROCKRUFF, it is going to be distributed via the Nintendo Network from the 17th of November this year till the 10th of January next year. It's going to hold a focus band, obviously have the ability Own Tempo, that's kind of the point of it, and it's going to know the moves Tackle, Bite, Fire Fang, and Happy Hour in Ultra Sun, and Tackle, Bite, Thunder Fang, and Happy Hour in Ultra Moon. So the only difference there being that Fire Fang in Sun and Thunder Fang in Moon. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pokemon video game news that you need to know at the moment. But of course, when new good news does get revealed, I'm going to bring it to you. And a usual reminder, if you like these VGC videos, great news, they're going to keep coming. And if you just want the TCG videos, firstly, why are you still watching 10 minutes in? Although I love you for doing so. And secondly, don't worry, TCG videos, they ain't going anywhere. But ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about all of these news items. Pop a comment down below. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. That's where the live action happens. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, have all your questions answered, then go and check out patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.